Whoa,
And I'm going to start our stream.
One of these days, I'm going to hit leave meeting by mistake.
and hosts can watch Zoom cloud recordings.
And if you want to go ahead and pop up on Twitch, that way you'll be able to see the map when we need it.
As soon as it realizes that we're filming.
Yep.
All right.
Realizes we're live.
So last time on A Crown of Cold Iron, the party had begun to investigate a alcohol supplier of Lexi's who had simply dropped off the radar all of a sudden a couple of months ago. They were a local brewery that had gone from being an okay brewery to being really exceptionally good all of a sudden in the months leading up to this strange non-communication. It had kind of fallen to the back burner for a while, what with, demons and hellscapes erupting across town. But now you have a moment to go figure out what's happening. And so you went to Fickle Spirits, a local brewer run by the Wirtz family. And after some investigation and just so many failed wisdom saving throws and perception checks, and you all finally realized that all of the brewery employees seemed to be possessed by what turned out to be kobolds. Not the draconic kobolds of D&D lore, but the domestic house spirits who are famous for haunting places like mills and breweries. You also discovered that Conrad Wirtz, one of the owners and the head brewer, is possessed by a massive 10-foot tall yellow-brown fey troll lord known as Verdesnicken. You all managed to sort of back your way out of there without starting a fight. You were able to regroup, figure out more about what you had learned, and you also brought in Bela Blackthorn. And on the hot goss side of things, Auric, in his slightly intoxicated state, introduced Bela as his girlfriend, which she did not notice in the moment, but noticed right after Cyrus has been cornered by aforementioned 10-foot tall troll. So we're going to jump right back into the action. Cyrus, you can feel faintly there's a weird overlap of sensation. Conrad is standing so close that you can feel his breath like just hot on your neck, but it feels more than humanly, like it's more air than a human's lungs produce, and it's hotter, and there is an eye-watering alcoholic quality to it. And you know that that Verdesnicken is looming up behind you. So you had been investigating one of the brewing devices, looking for some kind of unusual item or anchor for the spells that were happening here. You did not quite find what you were looking for. What do you want to do?
So I'm trying to remember, he said something about like this looks bad, or I have something about bad in my notes right as we closed, as I was figuring out my response to him.
Let's go to the playback. am thinking you are back again for bad reasons. Should not be back here.
Ah, okay. So Cyrus will like straighten up and turn around with his hands kind of open and out, and nothing bad. You brew excellent beer, but you have to let these people go.
Of course, brew excellent beer, but am not letting go. Make pact, violate pact. Beer Sol, call Vertusniken, pact breakers, Vertusnikens.
Who broke the pact?
Conrad is sort of glassy-eyed, but you see like the troll is definitely giving you a, is this guy dumb? Is this guy dumb? I are already saying pact breakers. And he's gesturing around to the workers, and he sort of points to Conrad underneath him.
What was their pact?
Green Hill Brewery, make beer. Make best beer with Beersol help. Green Hill offer share of best beer to Beersol. That is pact.
All right. Do I have any idea what beer sol means?
Just for fun, this is going to be a very high DC. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Well, that's my nat 20 for a 23.
All right. You extrapolate from context that Beersol is a technical name, or maybe a clan name, for these beer brewing kobolds.
So he's saying because they offered beer to the kobolds, it made a pact?
No. I'm assuming you're speaking out loud.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
still
no.
trying to understand his.
If you say it out loud, he will probably clarify.
Okay. All right, fine. I'll say it out loud.
No. Not being understanding. Green Hill Brewers make pact with Beersol. Beersol help Green Hill make best beer. In return, Green Hill offer some of best beer back to Beersol. This is pact.
Okay. And so how have they broken it?
You can give the beer back.
They not give part of beer back to Beersol. Break pact, pact breakers.
I see.
Mine.
So if they give some back, can we resolve this and clear it up from here?
No, Green Hill, break pact. And he points at the workers and he says, mine. And then he points at the machinery, mine. He points at all of the beer, mine. And he gestures to the whole building, mine. Break pact, now mine. Green Hill should not break pact. So sad, now mine.
So allow me to rephrase. You have two options. One, you give it back and we can reinstate the original pact. Two, you lose. It's your choice.
Funny little bird, Matt. Roll for initiative. Giant troll hand coming at you.
All right, 19.
I thought I rolled well, but I'm going last from the three of us. 16.
Jeez.
I'll be right back.
Yes, cat, eat your dinner.
If she's eating,
So,
yeah,
Lexi, I have arbitrarily placed you kind of vaguely over near Cyrus and Bela, but where you can kind of see this going on.
Okay, yeah.
And so you are the first to act. Well, that's not technically true. You're the second to act. As soon as Virtus Nickens starts to swing, all of the little kobolds puppeting their brewery workers go running out the doors, just like full panic scream. And then it is your turn.
And then it's my turn. Well, Lexi's going to start out by raging.
And something different happens with your rage this time.
Oh, okay.
So we established in a previous session that this amber fire of your rage is only like sometimes visible, like partially visible. This time, Auric and Cyrus and Bela and Vertusniken all see your right hand. It like spills out from like the crease of your right hand, and amber fire like sheaths your arm all the way to the shoulder. It is visibly illuminating the room.
All right, let me write that down. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to move up to within hitting range of Vudishnikin. And I can move 40, so.
That'll get you there and flanking.
All right. And then I'm going to hit him with my Ancient Brewer's Mallet.
All right.
Oh, man. I rolled a 19. I was so close to a nat.
Ooh.
So, yeah, 26 to
26 to hit. Not the special effects I was really hoping for.
Well, that definitely hits. No question about that.
Kind of figured. All right, let's see. Damage. 11 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to hit him again because I can. I don't know what that was. Okay, that's a 13.
13 is not going to hit. Or rather, it like just sort of boom off of his thick, leathery troll hide, slick with alcohol.
Okay.
All right. So that was action, bonus action, and movement. That brings us to Cyrus. So Lexi has just run up behind Vertusniken and smashed it with the Ancient Brewer's Mallet. And now it is your turn.
Okay. All right. So we're going to try a new trick. And Cyrus is going to cast Booming Blade.
All right.
Make my attack as part of that. going to be an 18 plus 8, 26.
Well, yeah, that'll probably hit.
Okay. All right. So that is 8 points of piercing damage on the sword, plus 6. Yeah, 6 points of thunder damage, plus sneak attacks if Lexi's engaged.
Mhm.
Yep. Let's engage.
So that's another 14. So a total of 28 points of damage.
Wow.
All right.
He is wreathed in he has energy just kind of bouncing around him as well. That remains. And then Cyrus is going to use his bonus action to disengage. And move. Let's see if we can see this a little clearer. So is that Auric and Vela off to the bottom left in that direction?
Yep. Gold is Auric. And that is my wife throwing food across the living room just for no apparent reason. Yeah, and Vela. I'm going to zoom in on Vela's token. Just because I thought it was fun. And zooming out.
All right. 5, 10, 15. All right. So can I move to be like three squares north of Vela?
Here or down one more?
There.
All right. Yep, no problem.
Listen.
There is mammalian conflict happening in the background. So that was a very smart move because
And Cyrus is gonna throw a come and get me, Stinky, as he leaves.
so the piece of I guess it'd be more here. The piece of brewing machinery that you've been looking at that had a strange enchantment, runic magic carved into it, starts to shake and slosh and wrenches itself away from the other machines around it. And it pulls away some of the connected apparatus, forming these crude, like bent metal limbs. And it starts to pull itself out into the room. And I think it's just going to go to there.
I'm reminded of the carriage in Beauty and the Beast.
It is definitely an animated object element here. So this big sloshing piece of brewing machinery toddles forward, and with every step you can hear the inside going whoosh, whoosh.
Not the beer.
And it comes forward, and one of the limbs reaches down and like twists off some kind of spigot or something, and it just blasts this 30-foot long, 5-foot wide line of like proto beer. It reeks, but has no like not a whole lot of positive quality to it. It smells like it's 200 proof, like just raw, nasty, unflavored alcohol. Just whoosh. It sprays across Vertisnicken, who actually seems to like enjoy it. He seems to be like soaking in something from it.
Gets his power.
Conversely, it is going to hit Lexi, and Lexi needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, not Constitution.
No, no.
I jinxed it.
You did.
Get out. You ruined
Lexi
it.
is poisoned and has her speed halved while she remains poisoned.
Okay.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns to end the effect.
Okay.
Just has to be-
You're lucky it was only half speed.
So that was its action. And yeah, it's done. It is Oryx's turn.
All right. My sightlines figured out.
Because you see where you are, right?
So before that happened, I was going to be looking around to see what the most expensive looking thing was. But I think I'm just going to assume that the animated equipment is
The most expensive.
a decent priority target. So, step one, firebolt at Vertisnicken.
Please don't hit me or your girlfriend.
That's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that'll be only 9 damage.
9 points of damage.
And then I yell at Vertisnicken. What do I say?
I don't know.
Calm down, stop right now, or this whole damn place is gonna go up. And I am actually looking for a response before I decide what to do next.
Vertisnicken just kind of you're funny. I like.
Okay. I'm gonna quicken cast Fireball. I am aiming
All right.
behind the animated equipment so that it hits the equipment of Vertisnicken, but not Lexi.
Thanks.
It's a 20-foot sphere, so if the center is behind the equipment, it should barely miss Lexi.
All right.
The wall's gonna go up. And they need to make a Dex save 16.
You know,
I'm not sure how much we're helping anymore.
That's why I told Vertisnicken to stop.
Vertisnicken coming out with a 20, not nat. And the keg golem gets a 16.
Okay, so that means they both save because it was a 16.
So 17 each.
17 fire damage apiece. And a whole lot of unattended equipment is going up in flames.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
You know, like these weapons use alcohol, right?
I don't even know how to adjudicate this.
Joe Clemens, confusing DM since 1985.
So
I
massive
mean, I didn't know you
fireball.
started playing D&D, so I figured your birth year worked fine.
I know.
Yikes. Okay. So I think
Come here.
I think Cyrus needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, what?
So we
Good
just
job.
established that this thing is filled with like 200 proof like raw alcohol. And this whole wall is full of comparable brews and distillations in massive metallic vats that you just blasted with arcane fire.
I
Like,
miss Lexi though.
Did you? I'm not sure about that. I think you might have sent Lexi's hair. You're gonna have to ride in the trunk of Pokey, or take you to the roof of the car.
All right, so deck save.
yeah. And that area is just all fire and shrapnel now.
Oh, well, that was a good deck save there, Cyrus.
23.
I'm just going to call that. I'm just going to call that half of half. So 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Because obviously this other fire is not as potent as a full fireball, but it would definitely kill like a random brewery worker. So
Good thing they all ran out screaming before this started.
all right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
You see Verdesnikin kind of he just kind of gives you a
I
and
give you a chance.
he shakes his
Honestly, I
head
disapprove. Like
and
action on my shirt here. He's not happy with you.
you see him like take in like a big breath. And as he sort of inhales, you see this sort of ethereal fumes coming off of all of this alcohol. You see it especially coming off of the keg golem and off of Lexi and off of not all of the bottles, but certain bottles along the shelves. And all of this just kind of up into him. And Verdesnikin heals real good. See how much for.
Good job. That one may not even be your fault, but I'm blaming you.
He was sucking in fumes off of you.
Yeah,
All right.
I get covered in those fumes.
From
So Auric unleashes that massive fireball. Vela kind of turns and gives you like a
That's my boy.
and you hear the sound of more sort of ripping machinery. Oh, and they can both come out. And
oh god.
the other row of stills and distillation and whatnot, 2 more of these creatures rip themselves out.
Oh no.
We're doomed. Better hope there's me to drive Pokey home after this.
And they are both going to use their oh no, sorry, wrong ability. This is beer shower. So Vela and Auric are both going to need to make Constitution saving throws.
All right. 12.
And Vela got a 13. Let's see.
Notice that
Vela-
I kept my mouth shut so that Auric didn't get jinxed.
Vela passes. Auric does not. Auric, you are poisoned and your speed is halved until you are no longer poisoned.
Oh.
And you are poisoned until you can make a successful Constitution save at the end of one of your turns to break the effect.
Yeah.
So those rip themselves out. Verdesnikin is still kind of like looking at this all of the machinery, And you all hear this like tinkling, clanking sound. And some of the sections of like bottles and cans and various containers like fling themselves off of the shelves and fly out in an animated swarm. One of them is going to arc its way around, and this cloud of bottles is now sort of floating in the air around Vertisniken. And two others. One goes to attack Auric, and one goes to attack Bela. Oh, whoops, sorry. Actually, they don't just go to attack. You are enveloped in cans and bottles. Cool. 17 to hit against Bela. She's going to shield. Mama Blackthorn didn't raise no fool. And only an 11 to hit Orc.
That's a miss.
All right. All of them go. It is Vela's turn. Vela, as much as she likes a good fire, is
She
not
knows her fire
necessarily.
safety code.
Yeah, she doesn't necessarily want to see this place burned down. Vela is going to blow one of her big spells, and she's going to drop an ice storm, approximately the same spot that you dropped your spell. Yeah, so she's going to put out the majority of this. And the Keg Golem is going to make a Dex saving throw. It's going to fail, which is weird because it's actually like very dexterous, which you would not expect. Vertisniken also fails. $2d8 and 4d6. All right. They both take another solid bit of damage. The initial Keg Golem is very hurt. At the end of Vela's turn, Vertisniken is going to sort of make a gesture, and the swarm of containers around her are going to attack again. They're going to get a 5 because, all right. It is Vertisniken's turn. He is going to. I think he likes a challenge, and Lexi just came up and walloped him with a giant hammer that like spewed alcohol. And honestly, that's his idea of a good time. So he turns around and just massive, like phantasmal beer troll maw, just reeking of alcohol, just leans down and bites at you. 21 to hit.
Ouch. Well, yeah, no, that'll hit.
So that is 6 points of piercing damage.
Which is 3 points.
Which is 3 points.
Yeah, I don't see anything to suggest that his attacks are magical.
No.
And you're already poisoned. So he's going to keep doing it. He follows that up with 2 claws, 23 and 25. There are all the good rolls that they have not made so far.
What kind of damage is that? More
That
piercing?
is slashing.
Okay, that's also
Still not good.
half damage.
So, whoa, that's a 7 and then a 15.
Total? Wow.
No, that's 2. First claw, second claw. 7, 15.
3, 15 becomes 7. 10.
10. Okay.
And that brings us back to the top with Lexi.
All right. I slap back. Well,
Slap fight.
I don't slap because I use my mallet.
You are poisoned, so you have disadvantage on these attacks.
Oh, okay. So I need to roll twice. All right.
Unless
Yeah.
you're reckless to clear it.
All right. So that's an 11 instead of an 18.
That is not going to hit.
All right. Let's try that again. Oh, move. Stop that. Stop highlighting. That's a 10.
Already ain't going to do her.
Well, I don't know what my other roll is, but either way, it's not going to work. Yeah, 13. So no. Okay.
So
Miss.
at the end of your turn, make a Constitution saving throw. This is to break the poison effect.
15.
15, you do break it. You are no longer
Okay.
poisoned. I'll clear your poison marker. So you can feel this. This intoxicating magic is amplified in the presence of Vertisniken. Like, there's already magic alcohol happening, but Vertisniken exemplifies, like, he is quite literally a party troll. He is the troll of wild, drunken revelry. And so you have all these scenes flashing through your mind of like a bunch of people getting drunk in a field around a bonfire, and of like a bar fight in a tavern, and drunk people like fighting at a parade. Like, everywhere there is just raucous, unnecessary, drunken violence. There's a little bit of Vertisniken, and you feel that for a minute, and then you sort of just bust through it because you have you know those places. You have mastered those places in some way.
I kind of
So-
live in those places.
Yeah. So for now, you have shaken it off,
Okay, good.
and it is Cyrus's turn.
All right. So these blue flames are the swirling alcohol bottles.
Yes.
Okay. And there's one on Auric.
Believe it or not, I could not find token art for animated swarm of beer bottles, which is honestly a little surprising, knowing how D&D games tend to go.
Yeah.
And I am,
Last one, kitten.
is my space on fire?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's certainly getting there. I wouldn't
Okay.
advise like hanging out right there.
Sure.
Oh, I'll go
And
in.
how is the keg behind Vertisniken looking?
Yeah, you did eat them.
It is very damaged. It took
Okay.
a fireball and then an ice storm back to back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just go ahead and get that train rolling. Let's hex it.
All right. The keg golem.
The keg golem to the north of Vertisniken. And then Cyrus will grab the other short sword and slam them together to make the bow, and take a shot with the bow at that golem. with a 25 to hit.
That'll hit. How do you want to kill it?
I want to put an arrow through the spout.
So the sort of shadowy short blades of ill omen sort of flow out of your coat. You put them together and it becomes this sort of liquid shadow bow, and your arrow scores across the body, and it cuts through some important part of this rune, and just and exactly where it hits, it tears out just enough. The alcohol quits flowing, the rune depowers, and you see it just fall as like a broken chunk of discarded brewing equipment.
And then, so if I just move 5 feet south,
Yeah, that's
I'll
maybe
be
go
in-
maybe 10.
okay, yeah. I want to stay in roughly the same spot, but not be not be burning.
I don't know why in my head I thought that being in this place full of all of this like very flammable liquor would stop Auric from throwing fireballs. I don't know why I thought that.
Don't either.
Shame on me.
If Verdesnicken had just been willing to parlay,
You got 2 chances, man.
Like the
2
patron
chances.
saint of
yeah, he had 2
booze.
chances. He had Cyrus's chance and he had my chance.
You think something that's like perpetually drunk because it's the patron saint of booze knows how to act rationally?
Around fire, yeah.
You didn't tell him there was going to be fire.
I hit him with fire first.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. Oh,
All
and
right.
that the energy sheath around Verdesnicken fades.
Yep.
It only lasts for a round.
All right. The keg golem does not get to go because it's dead. At the end of at the end of your turn, you see Verdesnicken take in that deep breath again, but he does not seem to draw as much as he did before. All right, it is Auric's turn.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 beer golems in front of me.
Yeah, you might want to take care of that.
So I am going to upcast burning hands at them because it's a 15-foot cone, so it'll only hit them.
And, you know, the building.
And the floor that is probably concrete.
But covered in alcohol.
And they need to make a dex save 16.
What?
And so you're able to hit both of them before you are?
I am. It's because the one further north is 15 feet away from me, so it's exactly far enough away. Or close enough, I should say.
Man, that's so strange. It's very weird in some ways that in 5th edition, you have to have a special trait to like mess with spellcasters, even if they're casting like right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
They both are going to make their save.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna
that'll be 6 fire
6
damage. Well,
We tried.
do I
They
have
are
any-
surprisingly quick, like for giant chunks of metal. They like really, there's a huge sloshing sound and they sort of throw themselves to either side.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
I need to double check the wording on this. Okay, it's a bonus action to cast and then an actual action to attack. So sure, I will activate the flame blade as a bonus action.
That would be 2 spells in the same turn.
You're right, it would be.
Never mind.
I will make my Constitution save against the poison.
Normally, not something that I like to worry about, except when you have quicken spell sorcerers running around, when it really suddenly becomes important.
Yeah.
All right, you clear your poison effect.
Yep.
I will pull you out from under your swarm of bottles. All right, and now it is the keg golems.
Oh, would the bottles be hit by that fire as well?
Well, that's what I was debating.
Okay.
I would think that they're sharing your space.
Okay, and it was kind of like a this.
Yeah, like that's part of why I was so like, something should be happening here, because they're like here, like in your space. And it's like, it seems like this should do something. So I'm calling that breaking even. It feels like they should be doing something to you and you should be doing something to them, but I don't have a good mechanic for either. So
Fair.
all right. Oops, I don't know why I marked these, because that's not what they did last turn. Let's see. So yeah. Make sure I position it correctly. Yep, so this keg golem sloshes over, and just like the other, this is a different like piece of machinery, and so it like pulls out some kind of hose, and this just this actually seems more like a finished product, but it is like magically amplified, and very, very strong alcohol sprays out in a 30-foot line, and that's going to catch Auric. It's 30 feet long and 5 feet across. So that's going to catch Auric, Vela, and Cyrus.
Sweet, I'm saved this time.
So con save.
Yep, everybody needs to make a con save.
16.
16 will do it.
17.
All right. Good saves. Jeez, and Vela got a 19. I thought for sure that would catch one of you. Also, I found myself sitting here wondering why Vela wasn't making her save. I am Vela. All right. Just because I want to get to use this ability, the other keg golem is going to go and it's going to move forward to here, and it is going to use Spirit's Guardian. This one opens up a different chamber, and a cone of this like very slick alcohol byproduct just sprays out and soaks over Cyrus and Vela. Make a dexterity saving throw.
25.
Jeez.
Ask the rogue to make a dex save.
Vela got a 20. What is happening? What is the world?
Now the
Magics,
wizard.
how do they work?
And she made a dex save and a con save. She's a wizard, right?
So you don't have evasion yet, right?
I do not have evasion. I just
So
have
each of you
uncommon.
still takes 3 points of poison damage. At the end of the keg golem's turn, Vertisnaken is going to make a gesture, and the keg golem next to Auric is going to make its mash attack.
Uh-oh.
16 to hit.
Hits.
I was so disproportionately pleased with naming it that.
My face was both because of the name and because of the hit.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Just for fun, because it's used most of them now. The Keg Golem's abilities are Mash, External Use, Beer Shower, and Spirit's Guardian.
Appropriate.
All right. The swarms of cans and bottles are going to go. That's going to be one attack against Oric. It's going to be a 6.
Nope.
One attack against Vela. That's going to be a 22.
Ooh.
There's no shield in that one. Vela is actually starting to look pretty hurt. Like
Uh-oh.
she's a powerful caster, but she is a glass cannon for sure. All right. At the end of their turns, Vela is going to cast greater invisibility on herself because screw this.
Smart woman.
She is just gonna nope. So I'm gonna give her the ninja mask icon and a yellow dot for concentrating. Oh, which also Cyrus should have because of Hex. All right. Yeah, so she's going to use greater invisibility. And she is going to get a little more distance to. Oh, is she? That's a good question. Do swarms get to make opportunity attacks? I don't think they do because they have 0-foot reach. You can't leave the reach if they have no reach.
True.
Good point.
I'll go with that answer for now. So Vela, you see Vela is getting a little battered, and like this kind of went from like haha fun, did he calling his girlfriend? To I just got sprayed by a giant awful beer monster. And just you see her just rapid cast and vanish. All right. It is Verta Sneakin's turn.
Oh boy.
He's not dumb, but he does have a kind of barbarian ethic to him, and a powerful opponent getting in his face and fighting him, like he's not going to walk away from that. He's just going to fight.
Yeah.
So no one hit him with fire damage this turn. Whoops. You see him visibly like absorbing some of the alcohol around him and healing.
Great.
He went from like being pretty battered to actually looking fine. And he is going to try and just maul at Lexi again. So bite attack, natural 1.
Okay.
Claw for 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 10 to hit, so only 1 hit.
Okay.
9 points of slashing damage. And you can see it this time. His claws are coated in this sort of dripping alcohol. And where it scratches across you, you feel the wounds like burn for a second and then go like worryingly numb. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Great. 16.
All right, you pass.
We're good.
We are back to the top with Lexi.
All right.
Hit him again. Hit him
I'm
again.
gonna smack him back, because that's what he and I do. 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that is 12 points of damage.
All right. He's also going to remember an ability that I forgot last turn.
Oh,
He's going to use an ability called Bottle Covey. And when you go in to swing at him, the swarm of bottles is going to like animate, and like one of them's going to smash themselves and like stab at you for 5 points of slashing damage.
So two.
Now you can make your second attack. I totally forgot that last turn.
Yeah. Oh man, it's practically cocked on the 20. 15 to hit.
That'll still hit though.
Yeah, I just really want to see my weapon go psycho. Especially on him. All right, 15 points.
All right. A nice chunk of damage. He's
Good.
not looking great again.
Healed. Yeah, I know, Macy. It's terrible.
Did she is not
Like,
poisoned. At the end of Lexi's turn, you're going to see him do that big again as he pulls in fumes from around him. And he heals another chunk of damage as alcoholic magic flows into him. And then it's Cyrus's turn.
So he's not pulling that from the keg golems. That's just like from the atmosphere itself.
Make a perception check.
20.
All right. With sort of your practiced eye, he's done this a couple times now, and you're able to sort of see more clearly. It seems like he's picking up a little bit from some of like the ambient spilled alcohol, but very specifically, you see like a thicker stream of this transparent, sort of vaporous energy comes off of the keg golem and from the bottles and cans.
Okay, cool. How are let's see, and the two golems were both hit with the burning hands, is that right?
Yes, but they both made their saves, so they're not particularly hurt.
Okay. We're gonna drop the hex on, let's see. The
You
one
had
that's
it on the one that was dead.
Yeah. So the one that's farther south is engaged with Auric.
Yep.
Okay. Let's hex that one. And then I forget, can I still bonus action steady aim on top of that, or is moving the hex the bonus action?
I think moving the hex is your bonus.
Okay.
I got it pulled up. Let's see. Yeah, bonus action to move it.
And we're going to shoot that one on Auric. $16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right. So we'll roll that piercing damage. Then we'll roll that sneak attack damage. And then we'll roll that hex damage. 14 plus 11 is 25, plus 5 is 30.
It is very hurt. Not dead, but it is real hurt.
Bah. Okay. All right, and so there's a swarm directly south of me.
Yes, that was the one that was on top of Vela.
Okay. If I move, if I go can I go up and left without getting an opportunity attack and without getting into fire?
Let's see. Oh, interesting. Vela should have taken an attack of opportunity. You would have to veer into the fire or get an attack of opportunity to go around to the north.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go north, veer into the fire, and I think I end up like just outside the square by the end of my movement.
Yeah, you can get out to there. We'll just call it. Oh, that's not too bad. 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So you sort of move a little bit too close to this just inferno. I'm gonna have to look up brewery fires after this. I don't know why I didn't think about it.
Who would be foolish enough to actually intentionally start a fire in a brewery?
Be surprised.
Oh, an Australian, no, a Pennsylvanian brewery exploded, and oh my gosh. That should probably have hurt Cyrus a lot more before. Anywho, all right. So that was attack, action, bonus action, movement.
Yep.
Moving on up. It is Oryx's turn.
So the one engaged with me is hurt bad.
Yes.
And 5th edition did away with the whole 5-foot step to avoid opportunity attacks, right?
Yep. Got to use disengage if you want to do that.
Unfortunate. Okay. Breath weapon.
All right.
So that's and I think the swarm is going to be close enough to get caught in the breath weapon.
Yeah, that tracks. It's coming from your face.
Yeah. So con save 13.
All right. It does it do half damage on a save?
It does. Half damage on a save.
Keg Golem dies.
11 or 5.
Swarm also passes. So it's only going to take 5.
Okay.
You have actually somehow made it more dangerous as a substantial number of the bottles like freeze and then shatter, but the shards are just like hanging in the air around you now.
Wonderful. So there's just broken glass everywhere. This is how
All
we
right. So that was your action, correct?
That was my action, and that was not a spell, it was a racial feat.
That's true.
So I will quicken cast my Scorching Ray, 1 at the Keg Golem and 2 at Verdschnicken. So I need to make 3 attack rolls then.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
You have a creature sitting on your face.
Dang it. All right, so Keg Golem is with disadvantage of 22.
Jeez, yep, that'll hit.
Verdschnicken, the first one, is 26 or... Hello?
Nope, not gonna respond.
17 with disadvantage.
What is happening? Yeah, that'll hit.
And the second Scorching Ray against Verdschnicken, I just lost that crit.
Oh,
Except I rolled 2 20s in a row.
Shut up.
This is all digital.
This fight was supposed to be substantially harder than this. I was like, they don't have Zyra. I'll let them bring Bela so they don't die. I'll just like stomp, face stomp. All right. So roll. What was that? So that was a hit and a crit.
A hit and a crit against Verdishniken and a hit against the
Jeez.
golem. So the crit is 8 points of damage. The normal hit is 9 points of damage.
Go figure.
So 17 against Verdishniken.
All right.
And then the regular hit against the golem is 7.
Man, I thought for sure that disadvantage was going to wreck you on this. That's insane. Absolutely insane.
That's all my good rolls gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
From now on, I'm just doing saving throw spells because I'm out of good throws.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, good.
All right. Well, that one's dead. The last remaining keg golem is not thrilled. It is going to what's he gonna do? You are not poisoned. Yeah, it's going to hit you with the beer shower. Make a Constitution saving throw.
21. I had
Hi.
one more.
Then it is the swarm's turns. One lost Vela, so it goes and flies up. A bunch of like rattling beer cans just fly into Cyrus's face. Although it's much more threatening because I say rattle, they're not empty. These are like full beer cans. This is actually like worse than if someone was like throwing rocks at you.
That could explode.
Yeah.
Sharp beer. Contents under pressure, man.
So attack against Cyrus is a 20.
That'll hit.
It's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gonna uncanny dodge to 4.
All right. 21 to hit against Auric.
Yeah, that's a hit.
8 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Fun.
And it is Vela's turn.
I'm not.
What?
I'm not hurt.
Man, Vela was just like sitting teaching a class. She has like much better stuff she could have been bringing, but like she's coming to this fight with like not all of her spell slots and like none of her equipment.
Good job. You're such a great boyfriend.
I think Vela is going to spill a drink. Vela pulls a potion from a pocket and is going to chug a greater potion of healing.
Good. She probably needs it.
She heals 10 points, which is actually incredibly low rolls. That was a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 2.
Ouch.
But she is still invisible, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be her turn. Verta sneaking. He's just like cackling. Like, it's one of those fights where like there's not really a particular sense of malice. Like Vertisnikin just seems to be having fun. Like he's just enjoying himself. And Auric, you would recognize this. Like this is sort of classic Wild Hunt. I don't know. Like this is just their vibe.
Yeah.
Also, I need to ban someone onto Twitch because they are a spam bot.
Oh, fun.
First time I've had to moderate somebody. Come on, phone. Well, while it figures itself out, Vertisniken is just going to slam into Lexi some more times. Bite attack 16.
That hits.
All right, that is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. Then that's a 21 to hit from the claws
And that'll do it too.
and a crit with the claws.
Oh,
So first one is 13 points of damage.
so that's 6.
6.
Second one is 24 points of damage.
So 12.
I need to make 3 Constitution saving throws.
Okay, 17,
Pass,
24,
pass,
19.
pass.
From this angle, that looked like a natural one.
I
was
know,
like,
for-
oh,
it
wow.
does look like a natural one, but it landed on the 13. Yeah, that was my thought at first too. I was like, oh man, not that one. All right, so we're gonna hit back. And that's a 22
22 is going to hit.
with 15 points of damage.
All right. And as a reaction, he is going to have the animated swarm attack you
Okay.
for 4 points of slashing damage.
I have to chug a potion here. I think I have one. 20,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20,
20 will hit.
and 17 damage.
That'll hit. He is pretty hurt.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, he is going to breathe it all in. You do notice there's substantially less to breathe in this time.
Okay.
He heals just slightly, not like he has been in previous turns.
Well, that's useful.
So it is Cyrus's turn.
Okay.
All right. So, what is this swarm? Is this swarm doing things to me?
It is bottles that are smacking into your head.
Okay.
Bottles and cans.
But does it affect targeting not hit?
It will affect your ranged attacks.
Okay. And how's Vertisniken looking?
He looks pretty hurt.
Oh, there's still going up to shoot.
If you're talking, you're on mute.
I'm just talking to myself.
Okay, I couldn't tell if you're just thinking if you're like, I'm doing this and then I'm going here and I'm doing this.
Because I could try to just kill it. But I don't know if Lexi's got another turn in her. And so I don't know if I need to try to take him out, but I don't know if I can. All right, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna shift back to the swords and take a swing at the swarm.
All right.
Oh wait, with that? Can I booming blade and attack the swarm?
I would think so.
Okay. Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna booming blade and attack the swarm.
All right. Go ahead and roll that attack.
Not one for a 9.
That is not going to hit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a bonus action. Hit him again. That's a 19.
Interesting question. I'll let it roll this time. Technically, you didn't use the attack action. You cast a spell.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah.
I just thought about it because it always catches monks because their bonus action attack requires them to have used the attack action, and dual wielding is written the same way.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I think I'll just bonus action disengage and back up again.
All right. Do you want to go back towards Vertisnicken?
Nope.
Other way.
Other way.
You just want to go one step?
No, I'm gonna. I can't tell how far back I got on my.
So behind you are what looks like bottling machinery. So you can continue to the west of that.
Yeah.
All
That's what I'm
right.
gonna do.
You want to go your full 30 feet?
Yeah.
Technically, they put you there because you go down. All right. So with the skill and dexterity only a rogue mechanically can possess, you like make your attack and then just sort of like smoothly like matrix dodge your way through as all these bottles and cans and glass shards fly around you, and you manage to slip away to a safe distance. All right. That is a dead keg golem. Then it is Oryx's turn.
Okay. So I have a bottle swarm around me and a keg golem paying attention to me.
Yep.
I am going to use my ring of obscuring.
All right.
I drop a fog cloud right in the center of where I'm standing.
So describe this fog cloud.
So Oryx just kind of reaches up, wrong hand, reaches up with the other hand, and gray mist starts to spew forth, and very quickly it goes from a gray mist to almost like a wall of smoke, but not actually smoke because it's fog. It's a bubble 20 feet in either direction.
All right. Let's get you a gray bubble. There we go. Now we'll get it on top of you. All right, you have dropped a cloud of fog.
Yay!
Averta Snake and goes, yeah, I sometimes have days like that too. Oh,
And I will then move due east to the edge of the cloud.
spreads around corners, lasts for the duration. All right. It is still going to have an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
Yep.
It crit. Oh boy, disadvantage. Oh man, you would have deserved that crit on there. How far over did you want to move?
I wanted to go all the way to the edge of the cloud to the east, so towards Vertisniken.
Oh, whoops. Other way. You're still going to be partially in the cloud there.
I want to be.
Okay. All right. And you were making scorching rays.
Let's see, because the ring is an action, so.
Oh, I thought I saw a scorching ray pop up. That's super weird. I don't know what that was. All right. So you a great big cloud of smoke, and you move. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. The sole remaining keg golem is like, there's like this rust sound as it tries to look around and figure out what to do. And it's just going to move over. So 1, 2, oops. So. It can't get all the way to Lexi. So it is going to use, oops, it is going to have to roll. Let's see. It doesn't get it back. It's going to use its poison spray. Uses beer shower. So Lexi needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
7.
Wah, 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 wah.
You didn't.
And she poisoned.
Okay, so Lexi's also going to gonna have a reaction with Hero Light on this guy.
Let me double check. So it's using a
Deals damage. It's not dealing damage.
Oh, it's not dealing damage. It just
Yep.
poisoned me.
range status effect. All right. Now it is DeBottles. I'm going to have this swarm make a Oric, I was wrong. You are going to take that crit because they have blind sight.
Of course they do.
How much health you got?
19.
No, you have 2.
Okay. It didn't kill me.
So we rewind for a second. Oric, you think you're in the clear and you're getting away from this thing, and then just like beer bottle over the back of the head, beer bottle over the back of the head, back of the head. Like you have just been like a whole row of angry, drunken, like football fans just jumped you coming out of the bar.
Yeah.
And it's going to follow, and it is going to make an attack. Oh, this is real bad because it can see you and you can't see it because it is obscured by your fog cloud.
Yep.
Oh man.
So it is going to make this attack with advantage. And if it hits, it is going to render you unconscious.
I'm going to fall down.
First roll is a 7. Second roll, 21.
That'll hit.
So you are trying to get away and just breaking bottles over your head. And there is just one more very ominously loud shattering glass sound. And a bottle cracks you and you go dark. And you just sort of slump over this shelf of bottles. And as you go down, they all just crash to the ground around you.
Well,
As you fade out, you just vaguely hear Vela screaming something, and you lose consciousness.
Yep. It was a great idea in theory.
yeah.
And oh no, that's going to be your concentration for fog cloud.
Yes, it is. Well,
Yikes! That turn turned.
If the swarm wasn't affected, then it wasn't doing me as much good as I would have liked anyway.
I had totally forgotten too. Like, I will level. These are reskinned animated swarms of books, and I had just completely forgotten that they have blind sight. The other one is it's going to keep chasing after Cyrus. It only gets a 12. Oh man, this is about to get like real sad and dramatic. Vela is going to Vela is going to 5th level Scorching Ray this swarm of cans. So she's going to make 5 attacks. No, more than that, right? Hold on. 3rd level or higher. So that's 4. She's going to make 6 attacks with a +6 to hit. So she only needs a 6 on one of these, basically. And I did that in the worst possible way. Now I have to look it up. What was I doing? Anyway, she definitely gets it. So Vela freaks out. You all just, there's no visual. You all hear Vela yell, Auric! And there's no clear indicator of where she is until you see, like, this is like big anime style magic. Like a giant orange runic circle opens on the ground underneath her. And then like you see 2 orange circles where her hands are. And then she like, you can track where her hands are as she moves them by the circles. And as she trails them through the air, more of these circles appear. And 6 of these massive flaming spears just completely, they don't just incinerate this one thing, they like burn a hole like straight through this whole line of shelves behind you. And that is her action, and she is now standing over your unconscious body. And it is Vertisneakin's turn. When all the bottles hit you, he goes, oh, that looked like it hurt. Well, that's
Wait,
what
did she get
happens
to-
when you play the game.
Did she get to fire rays anywhere else, or she had to burn every ray to kill the swarm?
Vela's not in a good place right now.
Oh, okay.
And so Vertisneakin says, oh well, and then just
Get your reaction ready.
first one is an 11, which is not going to hit. Next one is a 10, which is not going to hit. And a 9.
All right. First time I get to use it.
I know. Oh.
First time I remembered it was there. And
Since we rewound time for them to have their blind side, can we rewind time for Rachel to get a snack in?
it's like, didn't remember I had it.
Oh man. Did he take fire damage this turn? I don't think so.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give us a light shard.
Sweet.
Hero light.
All right. So then that's
Plus your constitution.
plus my constitution. So that right there.
Yeah, so
So 6.
So you all see oh man. Is the hero light an alcohol-based effect?
oh no.
I'm going to let you decide this. I'm going to put this in chat. This is, I swear, this is a real ability. I wrote it like 3 weeks ago. This is one of Vertisneakin's properties. So do you think hero light is alcohol based?
I mean, so to me, my gut reaction with Hero Light is that it's coming from this shard from the Hall of Light that I have, right? Is that my memory correct?
You did find the shard there.
Okay. Well, I know that, but I don't remember having Hero Light until after I had the shard.
You've not really investigated what the shard was.
Okay. So my gut reaction was to say no, that it's not alcohol based.
All right, that's what we'll roll with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 6 damage. It's not killing
Only
him.
6 damage.
But
So
it's just
yeah.
funny, like these little things that come back, like the blind sight and that. So it actually is a good thing that you did not crit earlier, because it would have been wasted on him.
It would have been wasted.
In every sense of the word. All right, he makes his attacks. He misses with all of them. And you see, like, it's almost like it's still coming under her control. This sheath of amber fire up Lexi's arm is like flickering and flaring, and you like get an arm up as one of the claws comes down, and there's this radiant burst of amber fire that just like sears. I say fire, it's radiant damage. Sears Vertisnicken's arm, and he goes, that was good. And we are back to the top with Lexi.
All right. So we're gonna try not to crit on this Brewer's Mallet. Hey, 22.
That'll hit.
And 15 points of damage.
He is unbelievably hurt.
Okay. I know, I'm gonna hit him again. 21.
That'll hit.
And
It almost doesn't matter because with your rage
Well,
damage, you
yeah.
definitely do it. So
Right.
how do you do this?
Actually, I was more thinking like baseball bat style. That's more Lexi. Lexi's gonna baseball bat style with this mallet, just like into his brain. Like right at his jaw, and like, the spit and the booze just kind of flies out.
All right. So with this amber fire running down your arm, you take the ancient brewer's mallet and just two-handed swing, and the fire races over the surface of the mallet, and it just like disperses this phantasmal shape of Vertisnicken. And when he goes down, you see the keg golem and the swarms all immediately go inert. We are out of initiative order, but actually I take it back. We're still in initiative order. Cyrus, what would you like to do? So Bela is standing over Oric's crumpled body. There are now just all of these like broken bottles. You're like, Oric is like laying in a heap of like mixed alcohol.
I mean, she's still invisible, right?
Yes. You only knew where she was
Okay.
because of the massive spell effects that went off.
Yeah. Well,
She's like,
I don't have any healing. Unless, like, I can't remember if So unless we can say that Zyra loaned us her potion of healing before taking off.
I think we're gonna have to see what happens here. So
Is there any other way to stabilize?
you can try an untrained medicine check.
Okay. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, can you back the map out a little bit? I can't see anything,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's anything else Cyrus can do unless we still have to find. Unless we still have to find a thing.
I mean, you are under the impression there is a thing in the room.
Okay. Nah, I'm just gonna dash over and try the medicine check.
All right. So with your bonus action, you can easily make your way over. Roll a medicine check.
8.
8 is not going to do it. So you're trying to remember your NBI first aid training. You've done this, you've drilled on this over and over. We've already established like Cyrus has not ever really had allies in the field like this. This hasn't come up because you've never needed to help someone like this. So you're trying to close up these wounds, and there's just, it's not so much one big hit. You can definitely see like there's a slash, there's like a slash mark bruise combination on the back of Oryx's skull. That is clearly the most immediate cause, but there's just lots of little like cuts and lacerations, and he's really gotten thrown around by these animated creatures. Which brings us to Oryx's turn.
All right, death save.
So Oryx, you experience this almost like falling. At first, it's like falling down a well. There's a light up above, but the light gets smaller, and there's an impression of sinking. It's almost like you fall and then you hit something, and your descent is slowed, and you have sort of sunk into that dark place that you have found yourself in far more times than you're comfortable with. Almost like it's coming from up above as you're down in this sort of well. You can still see the light, which is different, and you can hear very, very faintly Vela's voice. You hear all of these explosive, just massive arcane discharges as she burns through these bottles. Cyrus, what is Cyrus doing as he tries to make this medicine check?
If he's got anything to try to make, I think first thought would probably be to try to like make some like makeshift bandages or something. I'm not sure out of what, but
is Cyrus saying anything, or is this all just like cold focus?
Yeah, no, he's still in fight mode. So
I think it would be very fitting in this moment if what you're trying to use for the makeshift bandage is in fact part of the sweater. So you hear this. Cyrus, what is the first death saving throw? 2. Oh no. So Cyrus, as you're trying to help Oryx, you suddenly feel this like aching pulse of cold. It's a combination of like you've been punched in the stomach and suddenly like there's a hollowness. And for a second you're sort of clenched over, and for the first time you can see your nails are going black and they're becoming sharp, and you see little black feathers starting to come up from the edges of your fingers and move up towards your hand. Auric, down in this darkness, you sort of float gently down, and you feel it distinctly as your life energy is seeping out of you. You already know what's behind you. Do you say anything?
Am I in the presence of the one called the Phantom Queen?
You hear a and you can feel her smiling, and you don't know why you know that she's smiling. There's sort of two levels of it. You feel it in a sort of arcane resonance that, as a person of sorceress and arcane inclination, you're more familiar with that than most people. But you also feel it the way you would know just from the sound, the face a good friend is making, or a family member or a loved one. When they make a certain sound, you know what their face would look like. You are hearing the smile. And that's maybe even stranger than that weird connection you feel. You remember that laugh. Make a perception check.
Eight.
Your head feels heavy.
Well, I am dying.
So bouncing down the list, that brings us to Vela. Vela, you kind of hear her as like a tinny, distant background sound, and you just hear her going, no, 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 no. And you feel like pressure on your wounds. She is going to give Cyrus the help action for his next medicine check.
Okay.
That brings us to Lexi.
All right. So Lexi's pretty rough right now. Doesn't know much about healing.
Also is poisoned.
Also is poisoned. So Lexi's gonna find her healing potion that she has, and she's gonna take it. What? Is that a waste of my healing potion?
You've been down, I?
I've been down to
Well,
Ella.
and I'll clarify this. Poison means you make checks at disadvantage. You're not like taking damage every turn poison. You're not Pokemon poisoned.
Okay. It also means I can't travel that fast.
Yeah, how far away is she? That's a good point.
She is about 30 feet.
Yeah, my speed is half.
Yeah.
So I can.
You could take a dash action to get all the way over there.
Okay. Then sure, I'll do that because it's like I'm coming.
And you can make a Constitution saving throw to try and break through the poison.
Okay. Hey, I got a 21.
All right, you are no longer poisoned.
Yay.
And Auric, the sort of faint light up above actually gets a little brighter. The light looked like, at first it was sort of the white fluorescence of these industrial lights in here. The light has taken on that familiar amber golden color, and you feel a little bit warmer, even as you also feel like you're slipping a bit away. Cyrus, medicine check with advantage.
$14.
14. Auric, you actually, two things happen. Lexi, when you come around this corner, make a perception check.
Nine.
You don't know who this is over Auric's body for a second. That familiar black jacket that you're used to seeing, that Corvid mantle. I don't know if he's ever told you the name, but that black jacket. For a second, as you come around the corner, you don't see the jacket. You see what looks like a mantle of black feathers hanging down the back of a lot of the other features seem right. And it takes you a full second to figure out, oh, this is Cyrus. And Cyrus even looks a little gray. And there's like, his skin looks like a darker gray, and you can see, at first it almost looks like little black hairs. But you can see that there are little black feathers starting to sort of frame the edges of his face and down his neck. So Cyrus, you are still frantically, like, you're trying to apply pressure, you're trying to tie this off. You feel like you have slowed down whatever's happening. But you're still feeling this, like, that hollow ache eases a little bit, but it doesn't go away. You're still feeling this sense of this strange sense of coldness and hurt. Make a perception check.
19.
You are struck by the absolute clear impression that there is a fifth person here. You don't know where. You can't, spatially, it doesn't make any sense, but you are sure that there is a fifth person here. And you feel them sort of looming over the rest of you.
Okay.
Auric.
All right.
You feel yourself starting to stabilize. You still feel cold, which you're just not used to. Like, it's very strange. And you feel this presence behind you, And you feel this foreign weight pulling on your head. Make another perception check.
Another 8.
Saved all your good rolls for earlier.
You can't quite place it. There's a weird sense of you find yourself having two sort of interwoven layers of response to this moment. On one level, you have no idea what is behind you except on a purely academic level. On the other, of course, you know who this woman is. You've known her your whole life. And you feel this strange weight across your head. And it feels alien and it feels foreign. But no, that's supposed to be there. That's always been there. And you hear Vela still desperately at work. You, for some reason, you heard Vela, but you know that Cyrus is there too. And you feel that Lexi has walked up. And Vela is still sort of keeping pressure. And we're back to Lexi's turn.
Okay. I suppose, like, I don't really get it. Lexi has much medical skills, so that's why I'm kind of lost. Pour the potion on you.
Down my throat.
Yeah. You're in a D&D world. Use the potion.
Okay. Well, pour the potion down Arc, sir.
All right. With the practical, prosaic bluntness of a bartender, you just
Yeah.
and instantly the wounds start to scab and heal. And Oric, you feel two warm hands on your shoulders, and you hear that voice again, and it says, "My lucky one, my blessed one, let's not be so quick to leave this time." And you are brought back into life.
You are like, you're a Tawatha for a guardian.
Hi, guys. I should not have worn a red shirt today.
You have a Tawatha as a guardian.
And I think with that narrow save, we are going to call it for the week.
Yeah.
We will return to Fickle Spirits next week, and you all can sort of unpack and process, and honestly figure out what's been happening, because mostly you just fought a big magic alcohol troll.
Yep.
And so we got to do some expository backfilling here. So I'm going to end our stream. Highlights milestone tonight. We had to ban our first bot. Very exciting. Bye, bot. So we kill the stream. All right. So we will come back to this next week.
Note to self, next downtime, Oric is figuring out how to contact that Tuatha without being on the brink of death.
It's not a bad plan. You never call, you never write. I only see you when you're about to die.
If you do that, Cyrus is going to figure out how many healing potions you can buy with 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm going to kill our recording.